Welcome, and here we're looking at the US dollar here, and it all seems really reasonably quite positive in terms of Elliott and also the trading levels as well. We've been looking at this move up here in 5 waves, and then looking for the ABC counter trend through here, and then we're looking at an impulse wave through up here. So far this move up here, in my view, is only in 3 waves. We've got 1, 2 and 3 here, but it also could be an A and a B and a C. So from here we may even have an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here. But let's just sort of see how we go here and examine this situation in here as such. So on the 15-minute chart, coming up from the low, we've got wave 1, expanded flat, wave 2, 5 waves in here, an impulse wave for wave 3, looking at this as wave 4 here, and then looking for a move further up through here. So this move further up through here, so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're looking for a 50-60% retracement level, but anywhere in here would be fine. So what we're looking for here is some sort of little corrective process here, and then a push higher up here into 81.30 through here, then an ABC back again. So a bit of palaver around this 81 level here before we see any sort of true sort of upside here. So you've got to kind of view this in terms of the euro as well. So it is bullish, but it just, as far as I can see, it just needs a bit more development to unfold here. If I'm wrong on the bullish side, as always, the top of subgroup 1 or group 1, if that develops as support, then obviously trade to the upside here and short the euro further from that side there as well. But yeah, look, in the meantime, it's just a possible more corrective process here, then up to here, then an A and a B and a C that can come a bit lower than this actually, and then working itself up from that point there. So just be mindful of that. And in relation to the euro, if you're trading the euro, with the euro here, we've been looking at this move down through here in 5 waves as wave 1. And then we're looking for the counter trend, and the counter trend is the A wave to here, or the A wave to here, the B wave, and then a C wave up through to here. So that's pretty much all on track. There is the case for the wave 2 to be in here, as I mentioned yesterday, as an alternative count. So if that's the case, then we need to be looking at this as down for 1 here, back for 2 here, and then further to the downside. We're going to look at that now, but I wouldn't go shorting this market unless the 136 was a retested resistance. So it's not enough to go through it, but to go back and so it's sort of stuck under there, or simply take new lows from these 2 here, taking that breakthrough there. And we're going to look at that at the moment. So look, while it's above the 136, we all, in this area here, we need to consider a 5-wave structure up here to finish that first. But we don't want to miss any short trade either. So on the short side, we can look at this being wave 2 here as being in place like we did yesterday, this down for wave 1, this back for wave 2. So that's what we're going to look at now. So coming into this 4-hour chart here, where what we were looking at yesterday, so wave 1, the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here, okay? This would make this down for wave 1, this wave 2 to go back through here, then wave 3, 4, and 5, bringing us sort of right down into 133, top of group 1 here, and even further down. So that's a real possibility there. So we'll just drill into that a little bit further through here. And in drilling into that a bit further onto the 15-minute chart here, we've got wave 1 here. We've got our other old wave 1 over here in green, and then we've got green wave 2 here as the alternative count. All of this down here we're looking at yesterday as wave 1. This is wave 2 coming back through here. And then we've got wave 1 in blue here, micro. I can move that up now because I can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So that satisfies that. So wave 2 here. It does look a bit impulsive here because of that strong bid in the middle here. So we end up getting this three wave structure here in terms of even a bit higher actually, something like that here. We may even come up to this level sort of up through here. Not to worry though, you know, it's good that it trades above here, but if it comes down through here, you know, there will be a bounce off there, of course, back into supply there. It should work itself through there. So look, any sort of retest like this here, then you know, and failing at that point, you either take that low out here, or if you can recognize it in here, it was support, now it's resistance, and then just start adding all the way through here on the short side. So it's pretty simple really, and if you don't overtrade, then you don't have to be too particular about it. But the trouble with under trading is that it really holds no sort of entertainment or interest. It's kind of like we think that it's not worth it, but just putting a few in there and building it is a nice way to go, and it's more manageable, and you can breathe properly, and you know, you can see the world better, so to speak. The Australian dollar, just on the daily chart here, we were looking at this move down through here as impulsive, and as you know, we've got wave 1, wave 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, nice extension, complicated wave 4 here, back to the 38.2 mark, and then we're looking for wave 5 down. Now, wave 5 down would, you know, if the extension's in wave 3, which it is, then we can look at wave 1 here and wave 5 being the same length, which they pretty much are here at the moment. So that could be sort of done and dusted. There's 2 counts on this little structure down through here, which should be in 5 waves. So we're going from the blue wave and we're down to the blue wave here for wave 5 here, but there will be 5 waves in this. So the next smaller degree here is the green labeling. So we're going into the green labeling, and this is what we're looking for here. So currently, as it stands, well, we drew this out before this dropped here and whatnot, but so we're looking at this as being wave 1 here. Wave 2 never really gave us the full retracement level there, so wave 2 there. So this would be wave 3 here, wave 4 here, and wave 5 down through here. Now, there's a slight problem with this, and this is what I want to talk about here. So I need to go into this further, but the problem that I see is that the labeling is fine, but the wave 3 here is smaller in length than wave 1 here, okay? So it's a fair bit smaller really. So wave 3 can't be the shortest wave in waves 1, 3 and 5. So if that's going to be the case, then wave 5 that we're looking at has to be shorter than wave 3. So we'd be looking down at 8700, 87 here, and yeah, so that would have to be the case there. Otherwise, this count down here is wrong. And we'll look at that. So this is it here. You can see it visually here. What we've been doing is counting this down as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here as wave 1. Wave 2 yesterday, we were looking for it to go back, you know, a bit higher to retest back up here, but it wasn't the case. It's just a small one, but the idea was to short under 89 as it was to short under the 90 here, and the same again here under the 88. If it goes under there, then look to short from that point there and short it down to 87. As I mentioned, this wave 3 here, you can see that it's just naturally shorter than this wave 1 here. So we've got 2 options here. Wave 5 has got to be short. So be mindful of that if you're trading that down. There will also be 5 waves in that, of course. But I want to next have a look at, first of all, the wave 4 retracement here, which we can look at here for a moment. If we stretch that out a little bit here, we'd be looking at from here to here, we'll be looking at 88.36 roughly as the retracement level there. But the wave 2 retracement level was shallow, so we need to be mindful of this as well here. But I do have a different count here, and we really need to go into the intraday here and start from the top and work it down from this point, which would make this actually wave 5 here already completed, and it fits better in terms of the overall structure. So this is on a 5-minute chart, the alternative wave 5 for the people that that care about this. In terms of from wave 4 here, we've got it quite simple. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You couldn't get a nicer wave count than that. That's like, it's just perfect. So that's all good, and we'll come back to this rally here in a moment. So from wave 4 here, see, when we had this labeled yesterday, we had this as wave 1 and wave 2 here, and it just didn't rally high enough for wave 2. So it's rallied high enough for a wave 4, like perfectly really. So that means that we need to work out this particular structure to the downside here. So from way that I've got it at the moment, working back up this way. So from wave 3 here back up to wave 2 here. Sorry, I don't have this labeled, but basically wave 1 down to here, wave 2 to here, and then wave 3, 4, and 5. And that's a really nice fit. It fits quite nicely. It's a nice 5-wave structure. And then that leaves us with wave 1 up through to here, which is the 1, the 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4 in blue, and 5 in blue for the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th here. So what it does, this particular count enables us to have a longer wave 3 here, and then also a wave 5 here, which is roughly the same size as wave 1. So it's possible that we do have wave 5 in here and not wave 3. So those two counts need to stay on the table, and we need to consider those while we are doing our analysis and also our trading as well. This process that's here so far, it's sort of pointless in counting it. It can be impulsive, and it can be corrective as well. This can be up for wave 1 and back for wave 2, then up for wave 1 again, back for wave 2, and this can be a series of wave 1 and 2 building. It would only be if this structure here if the market moved under 87.90, found that number there as a retested resistance, then by all means look to short from that side, because at that point we would be looking at overlapping wave structures. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Otherwise, if that's not the case, then we would need to look at it as corrective. And as a corrective wave, we would look at this as an A and a B and a C here for the A wave. This would be the B wave here, and then we would be looking at the C wave moving up in 5 waves. So the 5 waves would be up for 1, back for 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th wave here, and then we would see it move down from that point there. But the 88, consider that the line in the sand, so that is retested resistance, puts it into bearish mode. The 87.90 here, as a move through here, would trigger the short trade from that point there. Okay, that's that. The Euro Australian, the Euro Australian. What we're looking for here on the 1 hour, we're looking at this from top of wave 5 here, minor wave 5. We're looking at this down as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Just one moment. I'll just see if I've got the bigger picture here for this, just to, not that one. That's too big. Just thought I had it here somewhere. Still bear with me. Okay, this was the one I was looking for. I'll come back to the intraday one in a moment. Now, what we were looking for yesterday, considering this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Now, I kind of accept that, but if I look at the pound yen has got a 3-wave structure down, like an A and a B and a C, which is completely different from, well, not completely different, but so I was in sort of two minds of this actually being, a larger wave 4 here and still moving to the upside, and I think that may be the case, even though that yesterday we're looking for an A and a B and a C moving up here to 61.8% or 50 as wave 2 here, and we do have 3 waves up. We have 5 waves here, then back, and then another 5 up here, so it can fail from that point and move down. However, if it finds support on this level here, the 155, then this count is a bullish count, and we will be seeing this go up further, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, then an A and a B and a C, and then further up from that point there. That's what will happen there. Just coming back into this little section here. So that's why I've got alternative wave 3 here. So just going over that again, if this moves up through here, makes a new high across here, then we've definitely got a 5-wave structure up, which would be the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 coming up through here, and A, B, and C, and then further upside here. Because this count is very similar to the pound yen, and you can see here by this move down here, there's a clear 3 waves there. So I'm thinking that that this particular pattern here is actually the 3-wave structure here. This has been on my mind for a little while, and having this strong move up here really helps confirm that this high will be taken out of place here, and we need to relabel this here. But coming back to the pound yen here, this is sort of what we're looking at here, and I'll just drill into that. Because we've got this clear 3-wave structure through here as wave 4, coming back to the 38.2 retracement level, roughly into the 168, we're looking up for wave 1, back for wave 2, up for wave 3, 4, and 5, further up through there. So let's just drill into this little section here, and this is it here. We've got wave C of wave 4 here, and we're looking for 5 waves up. So the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5, they all fit quite nicely. So from the wave 2 here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then from this wave 1 here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This all fits really quite nicely here as wave 1. Now wave 2 pulling back into the 650 and 61.8 retracement level as wave 2 fits quite nicely in here as well. So we can look at this little section here. Now what we need to see is an impulse wave to the upside here, and it does appear that we've got that now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that can help us confirm. If we get 5 waves here, then we'll get another 5 over here. So I'll just go into the 5-minute chart now, because I've done a bit of labeling in here, and the labeling from the high up here is the A wave, it'll A, B, and C for the B wave here, and then the C wave down through here for wave 2. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And each one of these has got a nice little 5-wave structure in it through here. So that's all good. And what I was looking for now is 5 waves up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is coming quite nicely now as wave 1 here. So wave 2 pulling back into here, which will be in three waves here, just as we've got here as such. Just clear those up there. So some sort of A, B, C here. So I guess what we can do here, just to sort of confirm things, is to buy new highs across here when they come, unless you can recognize the A, B, C here as quite a clear structure here. This will pull back 50 or 60% into here as well. So, if you can recognize that and then seeing it move up, by all means, fine. But otherwise, just take the tops out of this and look to add at the whole numbers. So 171, you want to be adding on top of that. And of course, 172 as well, and 173, because we'll be looking at a stronger 3rd wave to the upside. You can add more than that on every 50 half point or whatever you decide to do. But a good trade shaping up there. Now the euro yen is also very much like the euro Australian dollar as well, but same situation. So this here, we counted this as 5 waves down, and we're looking for an A and a B and a C wave back up. But I don't think that's the case. I think that we're looking at an A wave here rather than a third wave, and a B wave here and a C wave here. And then we're looking up for one, back for two into here, and then up from this point here. So what have I done behind the scenes here? Okay, so we've got the same as the pound yen. The euro yen is the same. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1, and then wave 3, 4, and 5 here. Not as clean, but it's there. So what we need to do is we need to, we need to see more confirmation of a little 5-wave structure up through here. So this is not as good as the pound yen, so just be a little bit sort of careful here. There's no point in trading both of them because it's just the exposure for both of them. So I'd go with the pound yen more so than the euro yen at this stage. But once again, we want to get some upside here. So a nice support on 142 would be good, and then to scale in through 10, 20, and 30 if you're going to go in that direction. All right, cheers.